Hi everyone, Boomer here in the Dream Giveaway Garage, and today we've got a special treat for you. Today we've got our Hero Edition 2018 Wrangler JL Jeep, and this thing is a beast. One of the coolest things about this is the fact that Bruiser Conversions, who is our partner on this build, put in a Corvette LS3 crate motor. So you're looking at 450 horse to move this Jeep down the road. And if you haven't driven a Jeep that's got an LS motor in it, which most people haven't, man, I will tell you, it really brings this Jeep to life. Whether you're driving it on the street, taking it to the show, going out to eat, or getting out on the trails or getting in some mud, if you've got 450 horse backing you up, I will tell you, there's not much that you can't do with this thing. There's lots and lots of special cool things that they've done to this Jeep. So what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of time and we'll go through and we'll talk about each one of those a little bit. But so we'll tell you what, let's start right up front. Of course, you've got this beautiful brush guard up here, and inside it sits a Warn 10,000 pound rated winch. If you do get stuck for whatever reason, I'm not sure how you do that, but I guess it's always possible. You got a 10,000 pound winch to pull yourself out of trouble, and that is absolutely necessary when you're doing stuff like this. Of course, you've got the rigid lights. You've also got a rigid light bar up top. This thing has a ton of lights in it. It's got beautiful built-in rock lights, and I'll show you those here in a little bit. But while we're up front on this Jeep, besides our, the special Hero badging, Hero Edition badging on this thing, and the gorgeous color, let's pop the hood and show you that LS motor. So what Bruiser Conversions does on these is they pull the stock motor out of here and they drop in a LS3 crate motor, 450 horse, and man alive, it really wakes this Jeep up, like I said before. But what they do is, the beauty of this is it's Corvette crate motor from the flywheel forward. From the flywheel back, they use the stock Jeep 8-speed transmission, they use the stock Jeep computers, and they have the ability to make all of this work together so that when you're driving this thing, despite the fact that you've got 450 horse at your disposal, it still feels like a Jeep inside. Your turn signals work, your brake lights work, all the other stuff works like it's supposed to because it's all stock Jeep. So it's really, really neat. There's lots and lots of other goodies up under here too. You got a K&N cold air intake on this thing. You've got some tuning options up underneath here. Really neat stuff. So, tell you what we're gonna do. We're going to work our way around the side of this Jeep, and we're going to talk about some of the other cool stuff. All right, we're back at the front of the Jeep here, and there's a lot going on, We'll start right here. 40-inch Toyo tires. Of course, these are running on weld wheels, built specifically for Bruiser Conversions, and you still have your manual locking hubs on this thing, so it pulls really well. One of the things you can't see, or it's harder for you to see here, is the suspension setup that's on this Jeep. The axles on this Jeep have been swapped out. It's now running Dana 60s, and these things are absolutely bulletproof. They're beautifully done. The whole setup is really, really cool. Of course, you're running a raised coil. You're running Fox 2.0 shocks, along with a custom front suspension setup on this thing that gives you some really, really good articulation. So whether you're driving on the street or out on the trail, you can really get into some places with this thing and make it all really work really good. All right, so we'll move on back. Of course, it's got the Bruiser custom badging. It's got the custom step plates on it. Here is your hammerhead. This is a custom piece that holds your light bar in place. That rigid light bar throws a lot of light when you're out there on the trail, so it's really cool. The profile on this Jeep is absolutely amazing. Walk up to it, it sits high, it's long, it's the 4-door obviously, just really, really neat looking Jeep. So we'll get you to come on over and we're going to jump inside and we're going to show you some of the cool features on the inside of this Jeep. All right, sitting here in this 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL, and let me tell you, this thing is super comfortable. Start with, you've got these gorgeous Alea leather seat covers, and they're done in diamond stitch and blue stitching to match the rest of the stuff on this Jeep. They're really comfortable and they look fantastic. And this thing is fully loaded. You've got power windows, you've got power doors, you've got, you know, auto lights, you've got everything, air conditioning. It's everything in here is amazing. It's a really, really nice Jeep. Plus you've got here, this is really cool. This is the S-Pod that controls all the lights on this Jeep. And you can turn your rock lights on and off. You can turn your light bar on and off. There's the light bar. You've got your rear lights. Everything is controlled right from this little S-Pod right here. It's really neat, great little function, and works really well. Of course, like everything else, let's get back to the motor on this Jeep. I'm gonna fire this thing up for you, and I tell you, it doesn't sound like a normal Jeep. So here we go. Yeah. So when you come rolling up to your local, you know, Jeep meet or wherever it is that you're going to, you're going to draw a crowd, not only because this car is gorgeous, but because you're running Corvette power underneath the hood. So the other thing, of course, you'll notice right now is the top is off. Why is the top off? Because top's supposed to be off a Jeep. You know, for me, that's the way I like it. And if I own this, if this were mine, I don't know if I'd ever put the top on it. I'd just run a soft top or something to keep kind of the rain off of me. But of course, the top on this thing is super easy to take off. Two people can put it on and off. It hooks up really quick. It's just fun to have the top off of this thing and just go riding around in the sunshine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to segue out and we're going to go and take a look at the back of this Jeep, because there's a couple really cool things in the back here too. All right, now that we're back to the back side of this Jeep, one of the things obviously you see here is obviously, again, the massive 40-inch Toyo tires on those 20-inch wheels with the bead locker covers on them. They're absolutely beautiful. But you've got custom fender flares on this thing too. So the custom fender flares plus the custom side pieces on here to protect your body. This is all bruiser conversion stuff. It's all really neat, works really well, and it's gorgeous. Of course, custom rear bumper. You've got custom LED tail lights, and then you've got this massive spare tire carrier here, but this thing swings away and it actually works pretty well. You pull the pins on this bad boy, pull it out, swings away, open up your tailgate. All works really, really well. And of course, incorporated in all this is your backup camera. So you can still see where you're going if you got a backup on this thing. So shove these back in here just a little bit. Some lucky person out there is going to win this Jeep. And it's not just a normal Jeep. So let me recap for you what you're going to get. One, you're going to be the envy of all your friends. Two, you're going to blow people away wherever you go, because you've got 450 horsepower in a Corvette crate motor. You're running 40-inch Toyo tires on 20-inch custom weld wheels. You've got Dana 60 axles. You've got custom suspension. You've got Fox 2.0 shocks. You've got a fully loaded 18 Wrangler JL sitting on top of it with a custom interior, with custom rock lights, with custom rigid lights all over it. Man, let me tell you, this is just a really, really cool Jeep. So remember, go to dreamgiveaway.com, enter early, enter often, get your tickets. You want to win this Jeep, I'm telling you. And remember, All the money that you donate towards this Jeep all goes to 7 great charities. So go to dreamgiveaway.com, enter to win, get your tickets, and I'd like to see you driving this Jeep. I'd love to give you the keys here in Clearwater, Florida, because we'll fly you down here. I'll hand you the keys to this Jeep personally and watch you drive away in it. That would be so neat. So remember, go to dreamgiveaway.com, get your tickets, and we'll see you next time in the Dream Giveaway Garage.